Welcome to Morning Joan, darling. I'm so glad you're joining me today for a cup of coffee and a healthy dose of celebrity gossip. We've got a juicy story to dive into, and I just can't wait to share it with you all. So, last night in Los Angeles, the fashion world came together to celebrate the launch of French designer Isabel Marant's capsule collection with Net-a-Porter. And let me tell you, it was a star-studded affair. The guest list read like a who's who of Hollywood, with Milla Jovovich, Lily Rabe, Rachel Bilson, and January Jones all in attendance. But the real surprise of the evening was Angelina Jolie's daughter, Shiloh Jolie-Pitt, who made a brief appearance at the cocktail hour before retreating into the home to hang out with her dancers. Yes, you heard that right. Shiloh was not just a guest. She was also the choreographer behind a steamy dance number performed by dancers Keone Rose and Tako Suzuki. Now I know what you're thinking. Shiloh Jolie-Pitt, the daughter of Angelina Jolie and Brad Pitt, is all grown up and making waves in the fashion world. And let me tell you, she's got talent. The dance number was set to singer-songwriter Luella's recently released single Naive, and from what I've heard, it was absolutely captivating. The evening was hosted by Milla Jovovich and took place at the stunning Oliver House in Los Angeles, which overlooks the Silver Lake Reservoir. And can we talk about the food for a second? The menu included cucumber salad, Pacific striped base, and coal-roasted beef loin entrees, followed by a decadent tiramisu dessert that was so enormous it needed to be carried out of the kitchen by two people. Isabel Marant herself was in attendance, and she gushed about how much she loves Los Angeles and feels at home there. She said, "It's always a blessing for me to be here in Los Angeles, which I love. It's a city that's really inspiring to me and resembles me. And with a collaboration like this, it's clear that Marant is still the queen of Parisian style." Now, I have to say, I'm loving this new direction Shiloh Jolie-Pitt is taking. She's always been a bit of a wild child, but it seems like she's really finding her footing in the fashion world. And with a family like hers, it's no surprise that she's got a keen eye for style. Can we get into the fact that Shiloh is using the name She for her choreography debut? I mean, I love a good pseudonym, but this one feels very interesting. Is she trying to distance herself from her famous family, or is this just a fun little alias she's trying out? We'll be diving deeper into all of this and more on today's show, so stay tuned. And if you're just joining us, don't worry, we've got all the tea right here on Morning Joan. We'll be right back with more tea on Morning Joan. Welcome back to Morning Joan. We're halfway through our show, and I'm excited to dive into the world of entertainment news. Today, we're talking about the latest box office numbers, and it looks like Disney's live-action remake of Lilo and Stitch is still going strong. According to reports, Lilo and Stitch raked in a whopping $182.6 million over the four-day Memorial Day weekend, defying industry projections and solidifying its spot at the top of the domestic box office chart. Tom Cruise's Mission: Impossible. The Final Reckoning also had a great showing, earning $77 million domestically. But what about the new Karate Kid movie, Karate Kid: Legends? Unfortunately, it seems like this latest installment in the franchise isn't quite kicking its way to the top. With a projected opening of $20 million from 3,809 theaters, it's looking like it will debut at number 3, behind Lilo and Stitch and Mission: Impossible. Now, I know some of you might be thinking, Joan, what about the production budget? Well, Variety reported that Karate Kid: Legends had a $45 million production budget before prints and advertising costs. Not bad, but not great either, considering it's not quite meeting expectations. On the other hand, Lilo and Stitch is projected to keep its domestic box office crown with $60 million in ticket sales this weekend, bringing its total domestic take to $277 million through Sunday. And Mission: Impossible: The Final Reckoning is expected to earn $27.3 million from 3,861 North American ticket sales, boosting its running domestic tally to $122.6 million. It's an interesting time for movies, folks, and it'll be exciting to see how these numbers play out in the coming weeks. Will Karate Kid: Legends pick up steam, or will Lilo and Stitch continue to reign supreme? Only time will tell. That's all for this segment of Morning Joan. Stay tuned for today's last cup of tea right here on Morning Joan. Welcome back to Morning Joan, darling. We're closing out the show today with a fascinating story that combines music, art, and fashion. Can we talk about the incredible exhibit celebrating the solo artistry of BTS member Jimin? Oh, come on. You know I'm a fan of this talented young man. The Truth Untold exhibit is currently on display in New York City, and trust me, it's a must-see for any K-pop enthusiast. This immersive exhibit takes you on a journey through Jimin's solo career, featuring his stunning discography, including Lie Serendipity and With You. And let's not forget his iconic collaborations, like Vibe, with Tae. Face it, darling, Jimin is a talented singer, songwriter, and dancer who has made history as the first South Korean solo artist to top the Billboard Hot 100. His album Face is a masterpiece, and this exhibit gives you a glimpse into his creative process through handwritten production diaries and lyric notebooks. Who are you wearing indeed? Jimin's fashion sense is on full display with iconic outfits and props from his music videos and performances. Now, I know what you're thinking. Joan, this sounds like an amazing exhibit, but what about the interactive elements? Well, please, let me tell you. The vintage-style listening room, distortion mirrors, and video zones are designed to provide visitors with memorable encounters. You'll feel like you're part of Jimin's world, darlings. The exhibit is organized by Bigot Music and Hype, hosted by Paradise E&A, and promoted by Monday Morning Creative Lab. The Truth Untold will run from May 31 to June 29, 2025, at 30 Wall Street in New York City. So, if you're in the area, make sure to stop by and experience Jimin's solo artistry up close. That's all for today's Morning Joan. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. And until next time, stay fabulous. That's all for today's Morning Joan. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. And until next time, stay fabulous.